Good morning, Somerset High.
Don't you mean HHS?
Oh, I was thinking about the spring play this weekend.
Come see Real Times at Somerset High and As You Like It this Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Do you want to try the intro again?
Yeah, probably. Good morning, Blue Streaks.
I'm Norment.
And I'm Ella Salzmann.
Happy Friday and welcome back.
We hope you had an amazing spring break. I certainly did.
I'm glad to be back at the desk. I've missed it dearly.
This is one packed episode.
Let's get started.
With school back up and running,
And don't forget about it being the fourth quarter.
I wonder what students might be doing in these final weeks.
Well, I heard HOSA recently went to the State Leadership Conference.
The name already makes me feel intimidated.
I wonder how it went.
Let's take a look.
I'm looking forward to, hanging out with everyone, talking to other people in the state of Virginia, and competing in all of our events and just having fun.
Really looking forward most to the actual competition itself. I enjoy my competition. It's a lot of fun. So
I was definitely looking more towards competing, because the project that me and my sister worked on, we spent a lot of time on it. So I was really looking forward to competing and getting feedback from the judges and seeing how well we'd place. Some of the workshops were really cool. I remember there was a workshop with pig lungs, and they were actually breathing. That was really cool. And then there was also one with an ultrasound where you were able to perform an ultrasound on a baby's head. Those were really cool.
Every year, HHS HOSA members have the opportunity to compete in the State Leadership Conference, where they learn more about different healthcare careers and meet people across the state.
HOSA is a very beneficial club for people interested in healthcare because, you learn a lot about healthcare. Every month we have a meeting and we go over an awareness, and you just learn about the awareness, you do an activity, and it's a good way to just collaborate and talk to peers and just learn about what you're interested in.
even if you don't know whether you want to go into healthcare, it's great because once you're in it, if you find out you're not, it's cool. But if you don't and then you're interested in healthcare, you've missed out on the opportunity. So if you're at all curious about it, join it, see if you like it, and I think you will like it.
Moustafa Majdoub from HHS Media, signing off.
That sounds like fun.
But on a more serious note,
Many of our students don't know about the conflict in Iran,
we had one of our students put together a package reviewing the topic.
of what started as a conflict of interest.
Soon became an armed conflict between nations.
Let's learn a little more.
On February 17th, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei addressed a crowd in Tehran, the capital of Iran. This would be the last time he was seen in public, as the very next day, he was killed in a missile strike as part of a joint operation between the US and Israel, escalating decades of tension into a full-blown war that has led to the death of thousands. Iran is not a random small country by any measure. With over 80 million people, it ranks among the most populated nations on Earth, and its landmass is bigger than France, Germany, and Spain combined. But what makes Iran truly significant is where it sits, on top of some of the most oil-rich land in the world, and directly above the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway that roughly 20% of the world's oil passes through every single day. To understand how this conflict started, we need to rewind. In the early 20th century, Iran became significant to the West through one thing: oil. Western powers got deeply involved in Iranian oil production, and when Iran's prime minister tried to nationalize it and take it back from Western control, the US saw that as a problem. I spoke with AP US history teacher Jay Blair to learn more.
So after that government nationalized the Iranian oil production, the United States, largely through the auspices of the CIA, sought to undermine the prime minister of Iran. They ran a black propaganda campaign which put items in the press that discredited the prime minister and associated him with communism and foreignism and anti-Islam. We did things like go and attack mosques in order to blame him so that he would seem anti-religious. Eventually he was arrested and tried and sentenced to death.
With the CIA's preferred government back in place, the U.S. continued backing the Shah for the next 2 decades, despite his increasingly dictatorial rule over his own people.
The United States, through from the 50s to the 70s, had been supporting the existing government in Iran, and it functioned largely in defense of Western interests. And that leadership was relatively autocratic and dictatorial inside Iran. And so there was a movement against the Shah. The Shah was removed by popular acclaim, and he fled into exile. A man named Khomeini was returned to Iran, and he became the Islamic leader of Iran.
Khomeini would go on to lead Iran until his death in 1989, and his system of Islamic leadership is the same one that Khamenei, the man killed in February, inherited and led until his death last month. After decades of tension, things finally boiled over when the CIA found credible evidence that many senior Iranian officials would be meeting in a compound in Tehran on the morning of February 18th. Israeli F-35s took off at 6 a.m. and released long-range missiles, hitting the compound at 9:40. Satellite imagery confirmed the compound was destroyed, and Trump declared Khamenei dead. Iranian state media pushed back, claiming he was alive. But later that night, Iran confirmed his death along with a significant portion of their most senior government officials. Within 2 hours of the first attack, a girls' elementary school in Iran was hit by a missile, killing somewhere between 120 and 170 young children, a number that has not yet been independently verified. Iran retaliated with waves of drone and missile strikes, hitting many countries in the region. Iran did not act alone either. For decades, they have funded militias in the region like Hezbollah and Lebanon that each launched their own attacks. Thousands of drones and missiles have destroyed targets all over, including the downtown of Tel Aviv, Israel, Dubai's airport, and many oil facilities. Air defense systems have intercepted hundreds of strikes, though many have still gotten through. Here are some of the defense systems used by Israel.
These are 2 Israeli interceptors hunting for a target, which they do eventually lock onto, but miss.
The effects have been immediate and severe. The Strait of Hormuz is essentially closed, causing global oil prices to rise over 40%, translating to over $4 a gallon for American drivers. Major events have been canceled, including 2 Formula One races and the World Gymnastics Championship, which would have been held in Doha, Qatar. Finally, how will this continue? On Tuesday, the U.S. and Iran agreed on a temporary 2-week ceasefire. Despite this, several Gulf Arab countries and Iran have reported strikes since the ceasefire agreement was made, and so its strength is already questionable. Today, officials from both countries will meet in Pakistan to hopefully negotiate a more permanent end to the war that satisfies both sides. Following an international situation like this is extremely difficult, with new developments constantly. To keep an updated view of the situation, I would recommend doing your own research, since much of the information provided here could be out of date by the time you see this. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Isaiah Brustein for HHS Media.
Hopefully the conflict finds a solution.
And hopefully some good weather as well. The frost we had this week was horrible.
Yeah, for us and the little plants that people are growing.
This is true. Lots of people have been covering their small saplings to protect them from the frost.
Very important for teachers and parents alike. Let's hand it off to our weatherman. Eliel, what's it looking like?
Thank you, Ella. We have what looks to be a great week ahead of us. Next week, we have warmer temperatures for pretty much all of the week. Our warmest day will be on Tuesday with a summery high of 90 and a low of 63. For our coldest day, we'll have tomorrow, Saturday, with a high of 76 and a low of 47. Also near the end of the week, we have showers in the afternoons. So that means keep the little plants out on the front porch where they should have plenty of moisture and sun, which I know we can use too. That was Bruce Week's weather. Back to the desk.
You're kidding.
I know. I can finally let my little babies grow.
What?
Oh, sorry. I've been sucking on my green thumb a little too long.
Green thumb? Did you stain it while playing soccer? I know you're pretty fond of slide tackling.
Yeah, I have a collection of red cards because I never learned how to play by the rules.
Thankfully, our soccer team has.
I wonder how their season's been going so far.
Let's check in.
On Tuesday, March 24th, the JV soccer team faced Stanton. The students talk about what they like to improve and what they like already about the game.
I decided to join HHS soccer team because I've been playing for a long time and it's been really fun. And yeah, I like the game.
I joined soccer because I like it. I've been playing it since I was 4 years old.
Alan Rios, a freshman, talks about why he joined the soccer team.
Because I've been playing it for a very long time and I just decided to play it.
Joel talks about what influences him to join soccer.
Lionel Messi, because yeah, he's the greatest of all time. Yeah, I really looked up to him as a young kid and he inspired me.
Augustine talks about what he feels on the pitch.
Shaking, sometimes, yeah.
What's your favorite drill in practice?
Everything.
This is Santiago Molina
And Alfredo Caceres.
signing off for HHS Media.
They're so cool.
You know what? I'm going to check out an upcoming soccer game.
Careful though, you might get hit by a ball at a terrifying velocity and sent into next week.
Don't worry. I'll be in the stands. You should be there too, Blue Streaks.
JV and varsity boys soccer are competing tonight at Broadway High School. We hope to see you showing that Blue Streak pride.
And make sure to check out the school calendar for tons of other events happening over the last weeks of the school year.
We'll keep you posted on anything new here at school.
And with that, this has been episode 23 of Blue Streak News.
I'm Ella Salzmann.
And I'm El Norment.
See you all next week.